What up, y'all? Welcome to Capping with Kev Mack. Today, your host will be KP Video News. He's here to talk sports with you guys. I have no idea what games and what teams and what players he wants to talk about, but I'm sure he wants to talk about this gambling scandal. That's my guess. But I'm going to turn it over to KP. I'll be right here, my brother. If you have any questions, I'll be right here to answer them. And if I want to chime in on something you say, I'll let you know.
All right. What's up, folks? Yep. All your people out there, man. All the Mac heads, maniacs out there. And I'm talking to who am I kicking it with? I'm kicking it with the invisible Kev over there. What's up, my brother?
I'm not. I did a live earlier and I felt decent.
Yeah.
But after I got off the live, man, I felt like shit. I was so close to going back to the hospital.
Oh
Um,
no.
yeah, my neck is tripping. I don't know what it was. It felt like it had a cramp and swollen, and so I started to go. But I ate and I just took some pain pills, and I feel all right now. But normally after I walk or after I talk, I usually do feel bad when I'm done. But yeah, let's get it. What's up, Michelle? How you doing tonight?
You got the ladies out there chiming in, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. What is it you want to talk about?
Yeah. Well, I didn't know we was gonna do a capping with Kev Max show, but we could do that. I thought we was just
Oh,
gonna talk about general subjects. But
oh,
yeah, that if
I
we can
thought
get
you
with that
said
scandal,
sport.
we can get with that whole thing. First of all, I got my Dodgers shirt on, so I guess that lets you know who I'm pulling for in the World Series.
That's
My
right.
LA Dodgers cap on. Uh, yeah, it's I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them making it to the World Series, getting in there, representing West Coast. Just like I said, I had a feeling that it was going to be an international World Series this year with
Yeah, yeah,
between United,
you caught them Blue Jays.
yeah, United States and Canada. Uh, I mean, that's you talking about a serious rivalry, man. Because right now the United States and Canada really ain't getting along too well on the on the trade front. But that's a whole nother story. But
Yeah, Drake and Kendrick Lamar don't get along either, so it's gonna be
oh
interesting.
yeah, oh yeah, I forgot about that beef. Yeah, so we got nothing but beefs going on here.
What up, Southside? Uh, so I'm gonna say this, and of course I'm saying it too soon, and I can be wrong. So let's get that out the way. It's a little too early to say it, and I can't be wrong. But I told y'all before last season, in January 2024, I looked up the date. I said the Dodgers would win three straight because they had got Otani and Teoscar Hernandez. And I said, them two dudes is going to take the Dodgers a long way. And I think that was before we got that other Japanese pitcher. We had Yamamoto because remember, I went to DC in 2024 and I went live and said that I liked Yamamoto because he was questionable to me watching him on TV. But when I went to see him in person that first month, I said that dude is bad. So yeah, man, I called three straight. We won one, and we right here at the second one right now.
Right at the second one, somebody got to get a three-peat.
Man,
I mean, the Lakers coined the phrase three-peat, but somebody got to get a three-peat. You know,
yeah,
that's what I've been waiting on. But I mean, it's a good time. It's a good time to for if you're a LA Dodger fan, which I am, without a doubt. I had, when I was there living in LA, I had a little small, was that 15 game season package, which was pretty cool. That's all I needed anyway. You-
yeah.
if-
I think that's what I think I had more than 15 games though, but I had a small package too. And
yeah.
but I had four tickets, and so
Oh, okay.
sometime I would buy an extra ticket because I used to take
Okay.
my kids' mother, my sister,
Mm,
and my nephew. And
Yeah.
so I had to make sure. So a lot of times my nephew wouldn't go. So if it was me, my kid's mom, and my kids only needed 4 tickets, but my sister would like to go. So I would either take her and the kids or buy that extra ticket for her or my nephew. But yeah, I used to love going to Dodger games, man. That's before I went back to prison.
Oh
But
yeah. Yeah.
I had hustle money, so I didn't mind spending. I would get box seats down there on the bottom,
Oh,
right there
okay.
in the field
Yeah.
level. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
talk to the players and shit, take pictures, got a few autographs of players. Got my son to take flicks with Dodger players and shit.
Yeah. But we was on exact opposite spectrum on as far as that goes because I was all the way up top.
Yeah.
But I was behind home plate.
Oh, yeah.
I made a mistake one year and I had right field bleacher seats. And that's an optical illusion, man. When you got the balls coming towards you,
Yeah.
you can't really get the full effect. So I switched them over to that behind the plate seats. And it's I loved it, man. I really did because that little handicap parking spot was right up there, right up top. So that was real easy to get access right where they had the Jackie Robinson statue upstairs. So
Mm.
I enjoyed that, man. But then sometimes I would give seats away if it was a game I wasn't going to.
Yeah.
I had friends. I just say, here, y'all can go ahead on and take the tickets and go ahead on and enjoy the game. They didn't go to waste. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, man. I love them damn Dodgers, man. But I'm glad you're not rooting for the White Sox or the Cubs, man.
Hey, well, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, man. When it comes down to the Dodgers and the Cubs playing, when they played each other, because I did go see them play each other a couple of times, like I couldn't lose. If the Cubs won, I won. If the Dodgers won, I won. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
I would put it that way. But if the Dodgers was playing anybody else, I guarantee I'd be on the Dodgers 100% with the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
And I grew up going to see them. A friend of mine, actually, a friend of mine, his brother was one of the Slauson back in the day, and he used to take us to the Dodger games, man, in this little Volkswagen he had. Sometime we had to get out and push start that sucker, when the battery went dead. But yeah, old Ted was cool, and that was a good thing, man. And I tried to carry that same tradition on with my kids when they came along to take them to the games. And when they got a little older, it was like now they sitting there with their phone in their hand, trying to watch the game. I was like, wait a minute, man. Next time we come to the game, all phones is getting locked up in the glove compartment before we come in.
Right.
Because that's a waste.
We called that kind of car 1919 get out and push.
Yeah, and that sucker would start though. He pushed it down the road and it popped the clutch and it started right up. But yeah, he used to take us places. As a matter of fact, World on Wheels was a bowling alley back in the day.
Yeah.
And we used to go there bowling, and he liked going upstairs because it was an upstairs bowling alley that we would go up to upstairs bowl, and drop us off at the skating rink. We had all the skating rinks except only one we never went to was Rosecrans skating rink for some reason. But they had a little small one on Washington and Arlington, and Hollywood skating rink. What's that other one? Yeah, sometimes over there do those out in Compton. But yeah. But anyway, let's talk about this scandal, man. Which I mean, I'm not gonna really call it a scandal. I'm just gonna say it's a typical situation, man. When you're talking about people that have money, it's just somebody that want to gamble. Now the cheating part is the part that makes it seem like it's a whole lot worse than what it really is. I don't know what they're gonna do with Chauncey if the team feels like the team owners feel they might decide they want to just go ahead. I think they said he might be suspended already for, temporarily, he's not going to be there. And if I'm not mistaken, it was another situation that happened a few months back with some guys that was involved in a betting situation. You remember hearing about that? Some basketball players?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they even mentioned Shaq's name in that one, which I was really surprised to hear. And I was surprised at Shaq's comments that he made tonight, talking about, they did this, they did that, but your name popped up in some shit too, partner. So you ain't squeaky clean.
No, he's far from squeaky clean. LeBron, everybody keep bringing up LeBron name because old boy knew about LeBron not playing, but I don't think LeBron would stoop that low.
Well, LeBron, I don't think LeBron knew what was going on with that, but he gave information to some people, and he stated, well, LeBron's not going to be playing tonight because he was hurt.
Right.
Or injured or something, in which at that time, that was really rare for him to miss games back when he was playing with the Cavaliers. No, that's how long ago that was.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a long time.
I didn't know when it was, but shit, that means the scandal been going on for damn near 20 years.
Yeah, that was that other cat that was over there with the Cavaliers, and he also ended up being like assistant coach or something for the Cavaliers. As well. I can't think of his name now.
Well, I'm glad they're trying to clean up basketball because too many people be losing on stuff like that. And them dudes already rich, man, so it don't hurt their pockets. And it's hurting poor people or people that's trying to gamble to stay alive, people with addictions and stuff like that. So I'm glad they're trying to clean it up and make it fair. But I don't know that you can, man, because there's always going to be somebody trying to get ahead and get more money.
Always. Well, see, Chauncey wasn't involved in any basketball-related gambling. He was related with some poker-related gambling.
Let me say this. That we know of, or he's not charged with, because I have a strong hunch. And I have proof on this channel right here. Last season, I talked about how bad Chauncey coaches and why does that black man still have a job? They fire black coaches quick as hell. Chauncey, and I'm not exaggerating, and this is my opinion, Chauncey is the worst NBA coach I ever seen. He is horrible. He is the worst. And it really, really makes me think he was throwing them games. He was losing on purpose. He was taking good players out. He was leaving bump players in. He would call stupid plays that a NBA coach shouldn't call because he was a great player and he knows the game. And he was assistant coach. Them plays he was calling at the end of games was absolutely ridiculous. He didn't yell at his players, which is a red light for me. Not every coach, but most good coaches yell at their players, even Phil Jackson. And Chauncey wouldn't do it. And Chauncey wouldn't look at the player like he wasn't trying to tip nothing off. I really believe Chauncey was shaving points and losing games with the Portland Trailblazers on purpose.
Wow. Well, I mean, the only thing I can say is right now, I mean, just looking at, under the circumstances, you could definitely make that assumption. You can definitely say that it looks fishy, looks real fishy.
It definitely looks fishy.
So, hey, man, I'm going to tell you one thing, man, and you already know this. You should already know. When it comes down to the FBI, they don't come at you unless they already got a case. They ain't like the LAPD or the police department where the police come in your house looking for stuff to take you to jail. No, the FBI already got their ducks all in a row when they come after you.
Correct. Let me say this. I heard the investigation's been 2 years. I didn't see the press conference, but I heard it was 2 years. And I did see one of the FBI saying that they had they had been doing this investigation for a long time. He didn't state how long. He just said a long time.
Yeah.
And man, gambling is just, you got to remember, it's also an addiction. So some of them dudes can't stop. No matter how much money they get, they can't stop.
Yeah.
Then this is a fact also. A lot of rich dudes, celebrities and sports players are tricks. So they want to win the extra money so they can trick that money.
Yeah.
If they buy a woman a car or some Gucci bags, they feel like it didn't come out their salary. It came from beating Gilbert Arenas out his money or something like that. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm thinking back, and I believe it was that issue I was talking about with Shaq earlier, and it has something to do with some poker games that was on the shady side, and he had some kind of way he was getting blackmailed. He was getting blackmailed, and the people was like, okay, well, give us this money or we're going to expose you for doing this, that, and the third. You know how they do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what happens with a lot of those players, that's how some of them get caught up. Just say like you betting with a bookie, and then now you get in the hole with that bookie. Now that bookie is giving you, making up, okay, well, look, you want to work that debt off. This is what I need you to do. And I think that's how a lot of them get caught up. It's like, just like Sammy Davis Jr. and Red Fox got stuck here in Vegas for years because they had gambling debts, and they had to keep performing for free to pay off their gambling debts.
Yeah, Red Fox owed the IRS a lot of money.
Yeah. So I think a lot of cats get caught up, man. They get caught up in the game, and they had no way out. So they didn't have no choice, because they did mention that, the big boys was involved in this high stakes poker games they was involved in.
Right. Let me add to what you were saying about Shaq. I don't know anything about him in poker, right? So I'm not saying that don't exist. I just don't know about it. But just like you described happened to him in the streets of LA. He supposedly, his wife Shawnee supposedly was, a worker. And supposedly, allegedly, Stutterbox, who supposedly known for pimping, that was one of his girls. So he hooked her up with Shaq. She fall in love with Shaq. They pressing Shaq for money. Shaq in love. Shaq ain't paying no money. So that's where the extortion came. Like, okay, you gonna break bread or this, that, and the other. But then Shaq has some boys, allegedly, from Main Street, a big name, rest in peace, get at old Stutterbox, and they supposedly kidnapped him, and he went to the police and told on Shaq. So I don't know if you mixing it up, or he just unfortunately got caught up twice in the same manner.
Yeah, this was a high stakes poker game that was supposed to have been over there, and that was not Encino, but that other Sherman Oaks, where Kim Kardashian them and all them live at.
Oh yeah,
some high stakes games out that way.
Calabasas,
that's what it is. Now, Calabasas really ain't that far from Sherman Oaks.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, but yeah, they these guys got a ton of bread, and then to top it off, like they got the ESPN show, and then Barkley was making the statements about somebody being stupid and all that. Well, hell, Barkley didn't came and lost a ton of money here in Vegas.
Heck yeah.
And tried to skip out on the bill and got jacked. So he can't talk either.
That's what I'm saying, man. Some dudes do it for recreation. Other dudes are addicted, man. Other dudes are greedy. And like I said, some people are trying to get extra money so they don't have to spend out their pocket. But to me, if you make 100 million, 300 million playing sports in your career, that is your trick money. You got trick money included in your contract.
Exactly.
You don't need to go make no more money, especially getting hooked up with the New York Italian mafia.
Yeah, but that's a hood mentality though, dude. I mean, just like the chick that won what, $280 million, and then her boyfriend was like selling drugs. Nigga, you already up. The chick over in South Carolina that wanted to hit the lotto, her old man kept going to jail, and she kept bailing him out. Each time she bailed him out, they kept jacking the price of the bail up.
Damn.
So all total, she had spent about $24 million getting him out of jail. So he had violated his parole, so he was going back to jail, back to prison anyway.
Mm.
So that was a waste of money bailing him out. He ends up buying this, getting the money for opening up this little body shop. But out of the body shop, he was slinging.
Mm.
And oh man, it was crazy, man. Black chick. They was living in the trailer park for about 6 months before they finally moved out of that and went and bought a house. $280 million now. And they said, man, it was such a short period of time before they had demolished the front yard, man, because she bought her kids dirt bikes and all this stuff, and they had just tore the whole yard up, man, riding them dirt bikes around. It wasn't used to having nothing. So it's a mentality that you take with you regardless of how much money you got. You know, it's Kevin Garnett did the same thing. He left Chicago, and when he finally signed that big contract with Minnesota, and he took about 10 homeboys with him from Chicago. They up there kicking it at his crib. His mother goes to the crib and see all them. Where's Kevin? Oh, he playing a basketball game in a whole nother state. So she ran him out. Y'all niggas get out of here. They got their feet up on the coffee table eating steaks while KG is out there, man, is out there playing basketball. He kept two of his homies with him. One of them he sent to college and he became his accountant. And the other one was like, his personal assistant. But the other cats, he sent them back to Chicago. But it's that mentality, man. Some cats can't change, you know. Yeah. Some cats are actually so deep in the hood before they leave, the hood won't let them go. You know, yeah, right. We got that money now. Right. Yeah. They got Paul Pierce, man. He got in trouble for throwing them blood signs out there when he was playing with the Celtics. And somebody told the commissioner of NBA, man, what those signs was he was throwing up. And then he ended up getting stabbed too. Remember he got stabbed?
Yeah, in that bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
He used to talk a lot of mess, man.
Yeah, I don't remember him. I don't remember him in the streets at Inglewood, so I don't know. He's younger than me anyway, but still, I don't remember him. Yep. But too many cats, man. It's like that's one of the issues that they need to work on when it comes to like the young brothers coming into playing sports. They need to try to pull them, have some classes. Well, they're supposed to start having some classes to get them to, to learn how to invest their money and, pitfalls to stay away from and all that. But some of them don't listen.
Right.
Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah. What's up with you, Southside? Jock Bossy. Jock said Kevin Garnett sued his accounting.
Did he?
For robbing him.
Yeah, so his boy turned around and robbed him. Huh? Okay. Man, it's a cold world out here, boy. Can't trust nobody.
Derek Lewis said he got robbed in Boston.
Yeah. You talking about Paul Pierce?
Yeah. Pierce used to be throwing up that P, man.
Yeah, he throwing up the signs and stuff. Yeah. But see, here's the thing. That what's that cat? Remember that cat Hernandez, the football player?
New England Patriots.
Yeah, he couldn't leave it behind. He couldn't leave the streets behind, man. He took the streets with him.
Now that was a damn fool right there.
Yeah.
Damn fool.
Yep. Crazy.
Man, that motherfucker couldn't stop killing, man. That motherfucker was crazy.
Yeah. Yep. The other cat, man, that tried to mess this girl up that got pregnant. And the son is still living, but he ended up going to jail for a while. Can't think of his name now, the football player.
Ray Caruth.
That was Caruth. Yeah, he had just signed a $14 million contract.
Yeah, with the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, ended up going to jail. So you gotta leave the streets behind, man. Sometimes, you know. But some cats are so deep in trying. You be seeing the cats out there doing this when they wipe their finger across their nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a gang sign out of Atlanta.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Cats out there. Cats. If there's anybody on here from Atlanta is looking at your show right now, they know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So it's just so many things, man, that if I get my hands on some bread, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna turn my back on my people, that I know. But it's just sometimes you can't go back, man. Look at Zach Randolph. Zach Randolph over in Nickerson Gardens, man, in a damn $300,000 car. When he was playing for the Sacramento Kings at the time, and he come down to LA. And so when he pull up in the projects with this expensive car, everybody start coming out. Who is that? Zach Randolph. He damn near 6-7 feet tall. So they all out there and everything. Turns out he had some relatives that lived in there. The police see this big crowd in this expensive car, and they pulled in and everybody took off running. Zach took off running too. When he came back to the car, turns out he had like a whole pound in his doggone trunk, and he ended up going to jail. So they can't let the hood go, man.
Yeah.
I ain't going to Nickerson Gardens. I ain't going to Nickerson Gardens in no Bentley, dude.
Hernandez was a buster because he killed himself.
Yeah, he did. Committed suicide.
If he's so gangster, lay your shit out in prison or try to get your appeal. Because they said after he killed himself, they said he would have beat one of them cases.
Yeah.
Right. He was a sucker, man. He's a sucker.
Right. But it was some kind of contract that was involved. And when he did what he did, his old lady was able to get some bread out of it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
They were saying he did that on purpose, made sure he looked out for her.
Mm-hmm. But shit, he could have looked out for her after he got his ass back home, too.
Yep, so, that's a fact.
Yep. Well, I don't know, man. Some cats is just cowards. They try to play that game, but, it's a hard call, man. You don't never know how you might react.
Correct.
To a certain situation.
Correct.
You don't know.
I got a homeboy whose son killed one of our homeboys, and he got the death penalty. And he got tried for the death penalty. He didn't get death row, but he got life without. And he got up in there and he was having problems because of his crime. And he killed himself. I'd be willing to speak on it, but out of respect to his mom,
right.
Do it. I'll be surprised if this backdoor channel them don't never speak on that. But crazy situation, man.
Yeah. I was watching a case earlier today, man. This young rapper dude, they had got something happened to him, and his girl that set him up was having her trial today. Pretty girl too, man. Was her name Alicia something was the girl's name, and some kind of way she had her brother or her cousin or something involved. They literally had videotape of her brother taking the guns out the trunk, putting them in his grandmother's house. And I was like, man, everybody got cameras nowadays. They went to his grandmother's house, man, and got those video of him putting the guy who didn't have enough brains to pull the car in the garage. He's going back and forth between the garage and the car, and he's steady pulling stuff out, taking it in the house. It was crazy, man. And that was day 2. It's gonna be the trial will be back on again tomorrow. It's a rapper dude. Was it rapper cats? I can't think of his damn name now. He had some real big long dookie braids, man. Yeah, about 5 or 6 of them, just 5 or 6 long dookie braids on top of his head, and a bunch of silver in his mouth.
I ain't heard that word dookie braids in a long time.
Yeah, because they wasn't dreadlocks. They was just big, giant braids, man. He looked like the Snork, man. He had one that's sticking straight up in the top, and he had 2 or 3 big ones on the side. Like, yeah, he looked crazy, man. But anyway, yeah, the sports tip. When I first came to Vegas, Kev, I was betting on college parlay cards on college football.
Mhm.
And it was kind of tricky, man, because I bet on 5 teams to win, 4 teams would win.
Oh yeah.
I bet on 6 teams, 5 teams would win.
Yeah.
And then I said, all right, I'm gonna try it again. I bet on 5 teams, 4 teams win, and then the 5th team, the 5th game, the cats would get all the way to the 1 yard line, and then everybody just standing around.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, do something. You kick a field goal, do something, and they just let the time run out. I'm like, man, I was done with them parlay cards, man.
Man,
This ain't right.
I got a lot of stories dealing with hundreds of thousands of stories like that, bro. And I got plenty of witnesses too.
Man,
That's, you would think anybody with a sane mind would just give that shit up, but it's the competition and the chasing the money.
Yeah,
and the fun of watching the games that make you do that shit. Because if you don't have no money on the game, I'm gonna keep it real. The game is not as fun. In every play, there's no adrenaline flow unless it's like the last play of the game or a big play.
Right.
But
I understand that. I mean, I don't really get down like that like I used to, but I understand that adrenaline rush. That's just like playing pool. You shooting pool, it's a different game when you got money on the line than it is just playing for fun.
Right.
It's a totally different game. Everybody got their own way of doing things, man. But when you down to your last, it's a serious addiction. That's just like a lot of kids in the 80s and the 90s, man, went without Christmas because their parents had addictions, to other things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I had workers that would leave on Friday night, going straight to the casinos in California, the Indian casinos, San Manuel, and all of them. I was one of those people. I get off work, man. Instead of going home, I go straight to San Manuel and stay there till when I leave out of there, the sun be shining. Sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. But it's the thrill, man. It's the thrill. You can't. It's something that One thing about a gambler, though, and that I know for a fact, as far as I'm concerned, is my thing. I could tell you about every dime that I've ever won, but I can't tell you about how much money I lost. Shit. Oh boy.
I did some strange things in my lifetime. When I first started betting in Vegas, by then I was already addicted because I was gambling on the street. So I made a photo album of my first year of gambling. I lost $300,000. So I said, but that's not net. That's just,
just estimated.
I mean, I would write it down. So that's the actual number, but it wasn't all losses. That was you win 10,000, then you go lose 12,000. And then, so I said, you know what? I said, that seemed kind of weird. I started second guessing myself. So I made I did it another year and then another year. And after that, I realized, fuck this, man. This is insanity. I don't want nobody to see how much money I'm losing. But I still have one of those photo albums with the ticket in it, pictures in it, everything, man.
Yeah. I didn't go that deep. I just threw all my losing tickets in a shoebox. I I live right behind Hollywood Park. As a matter of fact, at my mother's house, at the time, you could go in the backyard and you can see the horses running around on the track, practice track out there behind Hollywood Park. And I was that one season. I went over there that summer. I was on my way to work, but I stopped through there at Early Bird, and sometimes I would stay, and then I end up, flying down Centinela, man, trying to get to work, running late for work because I overstayed trying to bet on another horse. I lost that summer. I had a whole shoebox full of losing tickets, and it got so bad that if it was a race that had 5 horses running in it, I would bet on all 5 of the horses to win, just so I could get the thrill of winning.
Yeah, I was just about to say that's what that was.
That's it, Oh man. So yeah, it's an addiction, bro. See, my father started taking me to the racetrack when I was a little kid, and he's a professional gambler. Shit, he's 96 years old, man, and he still gambles. That's his thing, That's his thing. I can't knock a man for doing what he wants to do in life, and but it's like, wow,
You know what, man? I love to gamble. Hope I would like to think I never will quit gambling, but it's really a bad habit and a bad addiction when you're losing. It's the greatest thing in the world next to being with a beautiful woman when you're winning. Because there's so much extra you could do with that money that you win. You feel good about yourself. Like you said, you bet 5 horses because you wanted that feeling of winning. Man, when you're really winning, you really feel good about yourself and everybody around you. You could bless your friends and family that need a few dollars. You could buy whatever it is you need. You could do things you wouldn't ordinarily do, like travel or fix your car up or
right.
There's so much. You could pay all your bills up on time and ahead of time. So it's lovely, man, but it's a problem when you don't win.
Yeah, it's a problem. I'm telling you, man, I tried to count all them tickets. I broke all them tickets out, them losing tickets out, that shoebox, and I started counting them. And I started adding them up, man, until I got a headache, man. I just put them back in the box and just put the box back in the closet. Because, I literally started getting a headache, dude.
Man, I got a homeboy. Homeboy that, he was part of Mayweather's crew. And he moved to Vegas before I did. And I went to his house. He had one of them green hefty trash bags full of losing tickets. When he showed it to me, I said to myself, this a damn fool. This nigga don't know what he doing. He crazy. Ain't no way. I went, got me a green trash bag, started putting my little tickets in there. When I say little, the ticket little, but the amounts wasn't little. Man, before you knew it, I had 1.5 of them trash bags. Till finally I said, like you, this shit ain't making me feel too good. So I threw them out.
Yeah.
So
it's a trip, man. It's a trip.
See, what a lot of people don't realize, probably not even you, like you might put in a couple tickets and you cool. You might even only put in a couple tickets a week. But a consistent, compulsive gambler that sits in the sports book all day, man, we might make 50 bets in a day. So that's how you could fill up a trash bag so quick, man. Because we bet in halves, we bet in quarters. You pressing a bet, like you might have over 42 on a football game, and they come out scoring. So now you might go bet over 45, over 47, over 49, over. That's how I won so much money when Pittsburgh Steelers played the Green Bay Packers. Because I took the Packers, and I kept going back, putting more and more on the Packers. Before I know it, I won almost 40,000. I won 30-something thousand.
Yeah.
And, I didn't have that much money in my pocket. It's just I was betting the first quarter, first half, whole game, and just kept pressing.
Yeah. I wouldn't even know where to begin when it comes to betting like that. And it's like like I said, those parlay tickets, man, put a sour taste in my mouth. Just sitting there watching, watching those teams stand there on the 1 yard line when they could have just went ahead on and scored, so I could have got my money. You know, somebody wrote something, but I can't see what it says. What does it say? Oh, that's somebody sending you some love.
Yeah, that's Derek Lewis. Good looking out. He said, "Do you remember in the '80s when those Phillies won the Kentucky Derby? I just heard a gambling story about one. I'm unfamiliar, man. Share the story."
No, I don't know nothing about that.
Oh, that's another good point, man. 15 baseball games in a day, 15 bets minimum, 162 days a year. Well, baseball is not 162. Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
162
162
games a year,
games. Yeah.
not even including playoffs.
And that's just one team.
Yeah,
That
that's
ain't that.
one thing.
You know?
Right,
Yeah.
right. So, like he said, 15 times 162.
Yeah.
That's a lot of bets.
It's a lot of bread. You
And
know.
to keep it real, some people, include myself, we don't just make, like, if it's 15 baseball games, I may not make 15 bets, but I might make more than 15 because sometimes you make multiple parlays. Or you make a parlay and you be like, I think this team might not be the one. So you go back and make another parlay. Then when your ticket lose, you go back in and make a parlay. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
you're right, man. That's a lot of bets.
It's a lot of bets, and you know, and I'm gonna put it in perspective. And see, I was not really a sports gambler. I was a slot machine gambler when I was at my heyday, and it's something weird when you're playing and when you're gambling, and you got that money, and the money, if you get a nice hit when you first get there, and then you get another hit, from that point on, that money no longer seems like real money. It seems like monopoly money, and you know, you constantly it'll be running through your hands like water. And I've found myself doing that, man. If I hit a couple of jackpots, so now I'm playing the slots. I'm playing a lot more than what I was in the beginning. I'm max betting on these slots, and then before you know it, the money's gone. But all the time you was playing, it didn't even seem like real money. Does it make sense to you?
Yeah.
It didn't seem like real money.
No. Well, you know, that's why they took money out the crap tables, right? And the blackjack tables. They give you them chips because you don't value no chips.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why they took the money out.
Yeah.
I mean, it seemed like it's just for convenience, but nah, man, that's just like these phones and these apps. You'll keep betting as long as you got money in your account because you're just pressing a button. And it takes the reality away that this is real fucking money.
Yeah. It seemed like monopoly money.
Yeah.
It's like, shit, I got caught up like that a couple of times, and that's when I came up with my own system. As far as the money would be, I would say, okay, if I had my ATM card or whatever, you know, you can go to the window and they'll give you cash. They make it up like a point of sale. They'll give you cash. However, just like if you go to the ATM will only give you a certain amount of money. But at least they did back in them days. Mm-hmm. And you know, but now
it was 300.
Yeah, they didn't raise the limit somewhat. But if you go to the window, you can get as much money as you want to get.
Yeah.
You know, they're gonna charge you for it. They're gonna charge you. You know, it's gonna cost you. You know, it might charge you $15 to $20, man, to get 200. But
I used to go to that little machine, man, and get thousands out. That shit might be about $90, $100 charged.
Yeah, right. The little black machine. So what I started doing was I would only take a certain amount of money that I could afford to lose after I paid my bills or whatever. And I leave the cards at home. Shit. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna make this shit as inconvenient as possible. I'm
Man,
not keeping that card in my pocket. I done had cash man right alongside with me, then went and cashed their paychecks at the damn casino at Sandman Well.
absolutely.
So
You know,
it's like,
the
yeah.
Stardust gave me credit. They gave me credit, and I didn't ask for it. And I lost my fucking credit because I had that bank on Angeles Vista and Crenshaw. It was I think it's called Great Western back then.
Yeah.
It was the same bank that owned the Forum back in
Oh,
the
you.
day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's Great Western. I thought you was talking about the Founders Bank. That was the black-owned bank right there on Stocker, though. Stocker and Crenshaw.
So Great Western, they wouldn't keep your account up to date. You know what I'm saying? If you pay a bill, they wouldn't pay it for about 3 days.
Oh, okay.
So I got my money, I got my drug money and my work check, and I paid my bills. I said, okay, I'm cool, I'm straight. I shot to Vegas, and I I lost. So I grabbed the money out of my account because I thought the damn check was paid already. Come to find out, they didn't pay the Stardust yet, so my check bounced, and the
Oh, okay.
Stardust took my credit away from me.
Oh, okay.
But I could
Yeah.
walk up. You ever seen them like celebrities walk up and say, "Give me 10,000," and they just give it
Mm-hmm.
to you?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I could do. I could go in there
Yeah.
and get 5 racks.
Yeah. But that's what they had did with Barkley. And
Yeah.
then he got to the point where he didn't want, he thought he was such a big celebrity that he didn't have to pay him back. And they
Mhm.
quickly let him know that no, you ain't. You ain't that
Right.
big.
Right.
You are not that big of a celebrity, Jack. Give us our bread, you
Right.
know, but Vegas, I mean, see, when I used to come to Vegas, when I first started coming to Vegas, the big boys were still running Vegas.
Yeah.
And you didn't see no homeless people in Las Vegas. And I took advantage of this myself one time. They had a thing that if you didn't have a way to get home, they'll put you on a Greyhound with a one-way ticket.
Mm.
And I didn't roll that one-way ticket back to LA quite a few times. All you had to do was go in and tell them, hey, I lost all my money and I
Mhm.
need a ticket home. And say, where you going? Where you live? LA. They give you a one-way ticket, and the damn cops would sit right there and watch you get on that bus too. But yeah, man, I'm like, Vegas was different then. It was different. If they caught you cheating any kind of way, oh yeah, you got beat down.
Mhm.
They laid hands on you, boy. you know, and now it's you see a bunch of homeless people here and there, and it ain't the same. It just ain't the same, man. I'm quite sure
Mhm.
they still here, but they just doing other things, undercover. Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, man, uh, that black casino, the Moulin Rouge, when they built it and parts of North Las Vegas areas didn't even have no sidewalks. That was the areas where most of the black people live
Mhm.
in the Northeast and on the West Side. So a lot of those streets didn't have no sidewalks back in the day. Uh, so when you went down past Bonanza going north of Bonanza, that was pretty much mostly, where you saw a lot of black people at in that area.
Mhm.
Yeah. But,
Hey,
you know,
Q.
yep. Yep.
Q. You, what up, buddy? You see that big ball? See that big ball of blood right there? You see that big ball of blood right here? I'm pointing at it.
Oh boy.
Oh, never mind if you can't see it. Oh, right there, huh? Yeah. Oh, yeah. You gotta go to the hospital. Yeah, I know. Hey, I'm on live with KP Video News on the Sports Channel. I'm gonna call you back. All right, them dudes is gambling and cheating those dumbass players. Them players are so green, and them dudes is running over them. Man, that's a shame to treat people like that. Yeah, that's what we're talking about now.
Yeah.
And the players want to be from the street, want to be cool. It ain't
Yeah.
nothing, man. And now nobody's gonna want to look at
basketball for a while.
Shit.
Yeah. They got caught up. They got caught up.
Hey,
They got caught up. Yeah.
Viewership's gonna go down. Watch.
I don't think so. That's what they said on the news, but I don't think so because if you love sports,
Can't nobody bet on it. I mean,
The season.
yes,
The
you
season. The season is just getting started right now. So
can.
know.
You could bet on in like 30-something states.
Yeah.
But if you got to remember, Cutes. Listen, Cutes. That would be like saying, ain't nobody gonna do fentanyl no more because everybody know you died. If you addicted, you addicted. You still gonna gamble.
Yeah.
Look at how the table was an X-ray table that can read the
Oh, you talking about poker?
Oh,
You talking about
Oh
poker?
yeah.
the little games when they would have
Yeah.
their own little cheating game.
Oh man,
Right.
they had X-ray machines and glasses and all kind of
Yeah.
technology.
Yeah. They did. They had contact lenses. Contact lenses.
They don't want to share it with their family. They just take all the money and want to feel like big shots. Go to the game. There's women there. They feeling themselves, and they being cheated out of over $7 million.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now,
Yep.
now, I can agree that some of them people won't gamble illegally no more.
Yeah.
But I bet the majority of them's trying to gamble at their own house and invite friends over and gamble. They ain't gonna
Yeah.
quit gambling, bro.
Yeah, you're right, but they gonna be looked at as suckers. Once the names come out of all the ones who went to the game and lost some money, because they were some of their money back.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. We need to hear Cutes. What happened? His voice went down.
My battery died.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But it's crazy, man. He's right. He's right though. He's right because he's right because of the gambling part. But I'm gonna tell you a true story. I had a guy on my job that won $450,000 on the lottery back in the day when the lottery first started, where you can win a lot of money if you had 5 numbers. And he won $450,000. And but every week, every 2 weeks on Friday when payday came up, the guys would be playing poker. They'd be playing poker on Friday night, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't know that he was playing against the whole house.
Mm-hmm.
He played against the whole house. These guys and pooled all their money together, so they're all playing against him.
Right.
But he think he's playing against individual players, so he would lose his money, and then he would split, go back home, come back with more money, talking about, well, y'all can't beat me. I got more money than y'all.
Right.
Oh man, they was fleecing dude. He was getting fleeced.
But let me say this, and this is straight facts. So, dice games, people use crooked dice. People cheat in the dice game, and motherfucker they lose, still keep betting and still come back to the next crap game. Crap games in my section, I'm pretty sure in every section, but I know for a fact in my section, a lot of crap games got robbed. That didn't stop nobody from coming back to the next crap game.
Yep, it happens. It happens.
We've been shot at a lot of places where we shot dice. It didn't stop us from bringing a bigger gun and shoot dice again. So that's why I keep using the word addiction, man. When you addicted to something, it ain't just that easy, man. Even when you know you losing money, we already got a mental problem gambling and losing money. So coming back don't make us no more sick or crazy than we was before we started losing all our money. So I think people are still gonna gamble. Those people in those high stake poker games.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, they ain't gonna stop overnight, man. Ain't nowhere in the world they're gonna stop because they'll just move it to another location
and that's what I'm
deal
saying.
with another group, and that's it. They ain't gonna stop gambling.
And that's what I'm saying. They'll probably look for a safer location, probably with more people they trust. But man, when I heard the details how they was cheating, I was like, man, that is crazy, man.
Yeah, they went high tech on it. You got to give it to them. They went high tech.
Gotta give it to them, man. The first
Yep.
thing I thought to myself when I heard that, I said, damn, I wonder who the people was that sat down and thought of this shit and
Yeah,
actually
well,
was
it
able
was
to.
the big boys. The big boys was behind it.
Oh
Shit,
man,
yeah. But man, look, if like I said earlier, man, I can't count the amount of money I've lost over the years, decades of gambling. I can't count it. So to keep myself from getting a headache, I just stopped trying to count it. Though you get those wins here and there, and you get that feeling, like, okay, you're on top of the world, and that's what keeps you coming back.
yeah,
That's what keeps you coming back, man. It's like you said earlier, it's almost like like that glass nut, man. Back in the day, them cats was chasing it after they got that first one. They should have realized that was it, but they still kept coming back again and again and again and again and again. All day till they pockets was empty, and then they like, well, let's go rob the kids' piggy bank to get some more money. If they had to.
Hey, C. Carrera said Vegas. That's who thought of it. I'm talking about the X-ray machines and
Yeah.
all the other stuff.
The contact lenses, so you can read people's cards and shit.
Right.
That's the one that got me, the contact lenses. I'm like, contact lenses? What the hell?
And even
X-ray tables? Come on,
they even had a card counter that can see the cards and tell you who got dealt what.
Yeah.
That is absolutely crazy, man. But shit. Yeah. I don't know if I'm happy they got caught or sad they got caught, man. They were screwing dudes out a lot of money, but apparently them dudes had a lot of money they could fuck off.
They had a lot of money to lose. But you have to think, man, when it comes down to it, when it comes to crime, it's always a person, just like the cops are trying to think of a way to catch a crook. A crook is always thinking about another way to get away with it.
You ain't got to tell me. My girl, man. My girl, I forgot the actual incident, but there was more than one. But she said, she looked at me, she said, you still got that criminal mentality, huh? I'm like, yeah, I'm always have it. It's just I'm not gonna act on it no more. But you know the good thing about having a criminal mentality is then you know how to put up a defense. You know how to lower your chances of somebody breaking in your house or your apartment.
Right.
Your car.
But you can see the game. That's the whole thing, is you can see the game while it's happening, where other people that ain't never been in the streets can't see it.
Right.
So that's an edge. This is a definite edge. You know,
I told the story on here once where I had a square friend. He rests in peace now. He stayed in Inglewood over there by, I think it's called Queen Anne Park. I mean, I don't think
Rogers Park.
I don't think it's
Queen Street over there, but you got Rogers Park.
That little small park on Prairie.
Okay.
Prairie, right off of Manchester. Right? If you're coming from my hood, if you're coming from Florence, it's right before the Forum, across the street from the cemetery. It's a little small park. I talked about playing football there with the preacher, me and Spider from Inglewood family and Tricky from Inglewood family. Anyway, so what was my point about that?
You were saying something about that mentality, the gangster mentality.
Oh, right. So my homeboy moved across the street from the park, and he had a wife and he had 2 small children, and I had just got out of prison, and so I went over there, and I was telling him, like, damn, man, this is a nice apartment building over here, man. I know these people in your building got money. He was like, yeah, man, but you can't steal nothing over here. I'm like, you know who you talking to? I said, fool, I could break in your apartment quick as hell. He said, no, you can't. I said, look, man, I ain't trying to brag or make you feel stupid. I'm gonna give you this info for your defense, and I'm gonna give you the defense. I said, look, let's go outside. So we walk outside, and they got an underground parking structure. But the first apartment where the manager lived is not yet underground. So, and they got balconies. So I said, watch this, man. So I could climb on their balcony, and then I could get to his balcony, and he has a sliding glass door, and I just popped the glass off of the track. And he was like, damn. I said, all right, now this is how you stop this. You go get a broomstick, and you put this right here so the door don't open.
Mm-hmm.
I said, now you could put some spikes on your balcony. You could put some sticky tar or something on your balcony. And you could put fishnet, because people can't see fishnet, that clear wire. People don't see that. So until you get up on it or until you get caught up in it, I said, well, you could put this up there. He was like, oh man, thank you, man. Thank you. I said, yeah, man, it's easy to get in stuff, man. I said, now you can protect your place a little better, homie.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. But it's like you said, man, it's all about how you look at things. But that was one of the things that saved me from doing a lot of time, because I had enough. It's something that would kick in, man, that would say, okay, time to go a different direction. I knew when to stop. I know when to stop, and I knew when to leave. And a lot of cats get caught up, and they don't know when to stop. And another thing that kept me out of the pen was the fact that my brother went to the pen, for strong arm robbery, man, for 10 years. And I saw the effect that it had on my mother, man. She had a nervous breakdown, I didn't want to send her through that same shit all over again. But the streets, if you got that kind of mentality, it's better to know, and it's better to be up on the game than just get caught up in the game. Because I always wanted to be part of the game, but
absolutely.
At some point, I was just like, let me get out of this shit, because when my stepfather showed me those bullet holes at my mother's house, and I didn't know anything about it, it was a lot. It was time for me to start changing some shit.
Yeah. So I really didn't want to get away from sports, but now that we did, plus we already did an hour anyway. But so to what you were saying about how your mom's in a nervous breakdown, this through psychology, you can see the difference between guys like yourself and guys like me. My brother was already going to prison. He was always getting arrested, and he went to TS and prison camp, all that. My mom wasn't tripping. She was disappointed, but it came to the point where she knew he was a criminal. She knew he was a fuck up. So she didn't trip. And so we would always go visit him. Back then, you could take food and stuff, clothes, all that shit up to the visit. So we had a good time on weekends. So I didn't see my mom struggling and having a nervous breakdown. So, man, I thought what he was doing was the shit. And he wasn't getting chastised. And I was doing well not getting in trouble. So I kind of took the gloves off, man, and shit. I do whatever, whenever, however, you know what I mean? Because I didn't see the hurt until after I went to prison. She was hurt. She was more disappointed in me than anybody, and she was really hurt. So I didn't get to share my sorrows with her and apologies with her because she died while I was in prison. But definitely after death, man, I realized all the I speak about it all the time, all the heartaches we give our mothers and our kids' mothers.
Right.
It's not right. It's not right. And nobody should condone that. Nobody should be raising no kid to be no criminal. None of that, man.
It's really sad because this we live in a society that's basically makes money off people going to jail. Each state makes a certain amount of money off of locking people up. It's a business. Prison is a business. It's no longer just, okay, well, we sending you to jail to punish you. No, that shit is a business. They make so many products inside the penitentiary, man, it's ridiculous. And I got a whole list of all the things that they make. And and these guys are getting pennies. So it's like, you can't find a job as a black man. You can't find a job on the street, but you can get 100% employment in most penitentiaries. So that's something that people should be upset about. But the sad part about it is nobody cares about the people that are left behind, the wives, the mothers, the kids. They even took the father away. The father's locked up now. But you got a lot of cats that are, they're pretty industrial, man. They'll kick up some kind of type of hustle to where they can actually send money home to their girls, or family and all that. They be hustling, but the average cat that's in there that is like, oh man, I can't wait till my people come so I can get some money so I can go to this, get some commissary. They rely on the people on the outside. They don't have that hustle in them. Yeah, so your family members suffer, man. Your family members suffer. Your family member is in jail just like you in jail mentally.
Yeah.
Shit.
Well, you know what's crazy? To take it a step further, you know how many wives and girlfriends got caught smuggling drugs up in that prison?
Of course.
You talk about like not having no empathy for the family you left on the street, but what about the ones that end up getting more time than you? Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, that same cat would be like, well, let me try to find another girl to do the same thing,
Of course.
He ain't even think about her no more. It's like, okay, he done moved on to the next one.
Man, before you think about getting her a lawyer or bail, well, most times they think about bail, but before you think about hiring a lawyer for your girl, you thinking about how you gonna get some more money soon as she get arrested.
Right. And how you gonna get out and what you gonna do when you get out. Man. Because, I'm telling you, man, I've seen it all. But I tell you, moms, I was doing a lot of shit, juvenile shit, and going back and forth to jail and going to court. And at one time she told me, it's my last time coming down here sitting on these benches, these concrete benches at this courthouse. And I kind of, laughed a little bit, but she was serious. She said, this is it. I ain't coming no more. And shit, that was it. She never came again, And so I had to sit it out, Well, I'll tell you one time, my brother, like I said, he was all the way in Michigan. And he left California and got caught up in Detroit, and he went to prison in Michigan. He was in prison with the book writer named Donald Goines.
Oh yeah.
He was in prison with him. But anyway, that we'd fly to Chicago and then drive from Chicago all the way to Michigan, man, to Jackson State Penitentiary. And I get locked up in Wayside for like 9 months. Shit. Moms came to visit me one time, and that was to get me to sign my paycheck over so she could cash it. And she never came back to visit my ass again. So it was like I guess she had moved on, man, mentally when it came to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I didn't go no further than that, as far as doing, a little county jail time. I never did no prison time. But I did enough county jail time to add up.
JC Senior, what up with it? Yeah, I used to go to the county on an average of twice a year, man.
Twice a year? I wish I only went twice a year.
Man, them 90 days and 120 days, that's time taking out your life and away from your kids, man.
Man, look, I did so many times in the county jail, the motherfucker. I get caught on Century Boulevard going eastbound, like around Figueroa. The sheriffs pulled me over. I done had one of them wet daddies. Shit, this motherfucker tell me I'm doing 80 miles per hour going down Century. I blacked out. I don't remember that shit. they found the bottle, man, took my ass straight in the sheriff's car, straight to the county jail. In the police car, in the squad car. And I'm like, damn, man, I didn't even get a chance to go to the police station, didn't get on the jail bus. They took me straight to the county jail. And I'm like, man, this ain't, you know, what's really going on here, man. You know, I had sunk to a whole new low, man. But, you know, that was all because of my addiction.
What court buildings was you going to?
Shit, I went to Torrance Court. I went to Inglewood Court. I went to Maywood Bell Court.
I hated Inglewood Court. You pull up in that big screen. Yeah. Torrance Court was racist as hell.
Yeah, Torrance Court, they call that the railroad station.
Oh, man.
You know, you're going to get some time, you're going to Torrance.
Hell yeah.
Oh, man. And jails, don't even talk about jails. I've been to all of them. Lennox, all the motherfuckers, man. Hawthorne, Inglewood, Maywood. Shit. Oh man, it's just crazy, dude. So much stupid shit I was doing, and within that compact period of time, and I'm sitting there laughing at Rodney King because he went to jail like 3 times within 2 weeks. He lived in Pasadena, but he was going all the way out to Pomona to try to get some wet daddies, right? And each time the same cops caught him and took him to jail, but they let him go because they was afraid that another riot was gonna happen. So here I am. I started doing the same shit he did. I went to jail like 3 times, man, in less than a week. Back to back to back. And it's like, this shit is ridiculous, man. It don't make no sense.
Hey, see, Carrera, I went straight to the county jail once. Out of all my arrests, one time they took me straight to the county jail. Just me, man. Pull up, they walk you in there. But back to back to back. Now, this is a little bit different. This is a little bit different.
Man, back to back to back.
I was caught different, KP.
Yeah, I was stuck in a cycle, man. I was stuck in a cycle, dude.
I had this 5.0 with the top down on Dayton's S hat, and went down Crenshaw one time. They pulled me over back to back to back. I said, man, y'all keep pulling me over. What are you doing? Like, y'all can't call in and find out that y'all keep pulling me over? And that was a trip, man. I couldn't go nowhere that day, man. They just kept pulling me over, bro.
Man, at that time, that should have been a signal, man, to take your ass home. Go on back home. That's too many times. I'm going to tell you something, man, and you might agree and you might not, but the majority of the times that I went to jail, I done already beat the system, made it home, and then left out the house and went to jail.
Oh, yeah.
I'm at home.
Yeah.
Shit, come on, man.
Hey, I felt like I beat them because I didn't have no burner. So I'm like, shit, I'm glad they keep pulling me over. So when it's another day, they won't pull me over.
Yeah. So you clean that day.
Yeah.
But, you know, LA, man. LA is a trip. But what you think they're gonna do with Chauncey, man? Back to Chauncey right quick.
Well, since his thing is poker, I'm sure he'll be probably suspended from the NBA indefinitely if he's found guilty. Even with his association, I don't think nobody want him coaching for them no more, because now it's no longer about character. Don't nobody give a damn about your record, but how as an owner or general manager, I'm going to trust you coaching my team now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How do I know that you're not going to bet on the team?
Yeah, or against. Yeah. The fear is always betting against your team. If you bet on your team, you're just being competitive and you're trying to win. But when you start rigging shit to lose, man, it's costing your organization. By the way, for those that don't know, because I spoke on this when they signed Ohtani, last year they made this $700 million back, so his contract is paid for already. So the Dodgers all the investors in the Dodgers, they're making money. They already positive. So that was a great investment. And they're going to have the boy probably another, 5 years?
Oh, he's gonna be there longer than that. I thought he had a 10-year deal. He had a 10-year deal.
So 7 or 8 more years.
Mm-hmm.
So man, that was a great investment. I knew it was a great investment. I wish I could have invested in that.
Yeah, but he's doing things that no other players have done. You know, it's like they compared him to Babe Ruth, and Bob Gibson. Bob Gibson had a game where he pitched a hell of a game, and then he turned around and hit one home run. But Ohtani sit up there and pitched 6 good innings, and then turn around and hit 3 home runs in the game. So that's a new baseball record for a pitcher.
Bob Gibson is one of the most underrated players in this era right now.
Yeah.
He should get a whole lot more light, man.
Yeah.
Boy, it was bad.
Bob Gibson that was the time when I started really paying attention to baseball. I was a kid at the time, and I was amazed because it was 2 black pitchers that were going against each other, and that was Bob Gibson and Fergie Jenkins.
Oh,
Fergie
yeah, I remember
Fergie. For the Cubs. Yeah, Fergie Jenkins was pitching for the Cubs, and Bob Gibson was pitching for the Cardinals. That was around 67, 68 when I got involved in that, and they were the inspiration for me to start playing Little League Baseball.
Did you like Vida Blue?
Oh, Vida Blue was amazing. He was amazing too. I was going to mention his name as well. Those guys were, you talking about guys that was pitching whole games though, man. It wasn't like you pitch 5 games and then you got a mid-range pitcher, then you got a closer. No, those guys was pitching whole games, dude.
You're right about that. The game changed so much. I was watching a Dodger game this year, and they were talking about how they had 7 bullpen relievers. And then I was watching a game that said the manager went an extra mile to cut, I think, a catcher. They cut a catch. No, they cut out a position to where they got rid of a good hitter to get an 8th pitcher out the bullpen. I was like, man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Tommy Lasorda didn't need that many bullpen pitchers, man, because like you said, the starter gonna give you 7 back then, and a good one gonna give you 8 or 9.
8 or 9. So now they use too much analytics. Analytics in sports, especially baseball. I mean, you got every player out there on the field got a card that they can look at and when the batter comes up, they know exactly what this card likes. This guy, okay, he likes to hit the ball to right field.
Yeah.
So, if you're playing right field, the ball's coming to you, so it's crazy, man. Analytics is destroying the sports. Baseball, they trying all these other new things like the pitch count and, where the batters, they got a batter count too. They got they can only fool around so much time they got in order to get back in the box and all this stuff. But, they want to try to speed the game up for the youth, the younger generation, because they got a short attention span. But I don't think it's working because
it ain't. It is, but it's not.
Yeah, if you look around the stadium, it's the same, just like I was telling you about my kids when I took them to the game. They steady looking at their phone. They ain't even watching the game.
Yeah.
For the most part. And too many people at the game, they got their phones in their hands while they watching the game.
Well, let me tell you what I know. Games used to be like 3 hours apart. NFL football and baseball. And so now they'd be like 2.5, 2 hours and 45 minutes. So it's slowing it down a little, but here is where it's getting raggedy. And to your point about the kids' attention span, now they're using all that extra time for extra timeout time.
Yeah.
And so they can make more money from the commercials and shit. So it wasn't really all about making the game shorter. It's about making more time for them to make more money.
And then, but don't forget the instant replay. They got the instant replay in baseball, so that actually slows the game back down somewhat again. Anyway,
and that goes to football, and that's why I was saying you half right, half off, because some of them games they can't even get the instant replay to give a quick call. They take forever to come down with the final ruling.
Yeah.
So some of those football games are actually going over 3 hours.
Yeah. And
crazy.
the guys and the players are a team could have momentum, and then they sit up here and take 5 minutes to figure out the last call. Now the momentum could change because they ain't, they done cooled off some, it changed their mentality, man. It's like it's a whole, the game is just weird. All the sports is just weird now.
Yeah, I hate that. And the proof is not all about making the game faster or shorter, rather, is college football added the 2-minute timeout.
Okay.
So they don't care about shortening making the game shorter.
When the first time I saw that, I went to a UCLA game at the Rose Bowl, and so I'm standing there. I'm like, what happened? What happened? I couldn't figure out what had happened. Mm-hmm. And both teams are just standing there on the field. I'm like, what the hell is going on? It was a TV timeout. Yeah. A TV commercial timeout. Yeah. And so both teams just stopped and they just standing there, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know what was going on until somebody said something. They said, yeah, okay. All right, I get it now. Yeah. But I found that shit to be really odd, man. The players just standing there.
Hey, KP, man, like I told you in the text messages, I'm available Friday and Saturday if you want to come back on.
And, we can do that. Yeah, for sure.
If you want to talk about something non-sports related, you can come on the Black Channel. Because at some point I gotta get these channels back moving because.
Hey, no problem, brother. I'll help you out. No problem.
Yeah,
I got you. Yeah.
All right. You guys, thanks for watching, you guys, man. That was KP. Y'all hit the KP. If you're not, he has his own channel, KP Video News. I used to watch it a lot. He's entertaining. He says things that make you laugh, and he plays music, and he does the music himself. Yeah. So, and his theme song was pretty catchy. I used to love it. It's KP Video News, y'all. KP Video News, y'all. Yeah. So y'all can check him out. I also interviewed him. You could go on the Blue Channel, Caremack Videos, and type in what name I got you under? Sinbad. And there's two Sinbads, but you'll see him. This is the older one, the original one. And good interview. Had a lot of information about Inglewood if anybody's interested. Really good video. And so me and him been cool ever since.
Right. You know what was funny about that video, Kev? And I mean, I'm going to say this and I'm going to get off.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you do interviews, it's like everybody doesn't agree with what you say. And the only thing that I can say for that is this. I was telling my story. So if another person had a different interpretation of what happened, then that means you need to come on Caremack and give your story. Because everybody got their own, but I had quite a few people that really liked it. They really liked the video. They really liked the interviews that I did with you. As a matter of fact, I just did a follow-up. Remember I was telling you about the Atkinson boys?
Yes.
Okay, I just did a seven video series about the Atkinson boys on my channel. I just completed it about 2 weeks ago.
All right.
And I got a lot of those guys on there.
Mm-hmm.
They came on there and did interviews and talked about what they was, the thing that they was doing. And I told them, I said, it's a lot of guys in Inglewood that lived on the other side of Inglewood, because Inglewood is not as small as people think. And they had no idea of who these guys were. But I guarantee the guys from Watergate and the guys from Imperial Village knew, because they that's who they really went at. But they put everybody in one lump sum and said, oh yeah, them guys was all family. But that wasn't true. These guys was never family.
Mm.
Yeah. But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that on the show, on your show.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I feel you 100%, and I think anybody that gets into interviewing or being interviewed need to realize, because you'd be surprised how many people don't realize you're gonna get backlash. You're gonna get people to disagree with you, no matter
That's
how
true.
truthful you are or how truthful you think you are. It's always gonna be some naysayers, and I just think that's human nature, because
Yeah.
other people are actually afraid to get in front of the camera. Other
Right.
people don't speak as well as some of the people we see in front of a camera. And so they're shy, but they really want to get their story or their name out there. But, for one reason or another, they're not going to do it. But yeah, I get a lot of people to disagree with me. Sometimes they be disagreeing with the truth.
Mhm.
If it's a matter of opinion, it's all right to disagree if it's an opinion.
Right,
But
right,
I usually feel strong in my opinions.
right,
Now,
right,
if you can convince me otherwise, I will agree with it. I'm not one of them that think it's my way or no way.
right. You got, as long as you can back it up with facts, that's all it is, man. But some people, even if you got the facts, they still, a hater's gonna hate, and people. Now I had one particular guy that I refused to interview because I knew that he was a hater. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So sometimes you as a content creator, you have to pick and choose your battles.
Mm.
I'm not going to bring you on and give you a platform so you can go on here and badmouth 10 people,
Oh no.
all because you're upset about those 10 people did something good in their life and you got left behind. Now you feeling butthurt and you want to badmouth them. I
Right.
refuse to give him that platform for that. It's like, no, that ain't happening.
Right.
But you have to really, and you can't tell. You don't know what direction an interview is gonna go. An interview could go south in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yep. Like I said, a lot of people, most of the people that I talked to really enjoyed the interview that I did with you.
Mm.
I even had a lot of cats from from the red side and some from the blue side that said, yeah, man, I remember that.
Well,
And
you
go
had
ahead.
good information in there. You had some good history in there.
Yeah, I just told what I knew.
Uh-huh.
I just told what I knew, man. And that's if anybody got another story they want to tell, they need to tell it. They need to tell it. And hey, I'll agree with them, and maybe I might disagree, but I'm not gonna make it public.
Mm.
I ain't mentioning no names and calling nobody out by name and trying to start no internet beef.
Right. Well, hit me up and let me know which day works for you, and I'm here.
Man, either day I'm here. I'm here at the house, man. I ain't got nothing to do outside of watching the World Series. Shit, I'll be here. Shit.
All right, I'm gonna pencil you in for both.
All right, that'll work.
I'll let you know. All right.
Okay.
All
right, take care.
Take it easy, y'all. Thanks for watching. Thanks for that super chat, Derek Lewis. Appreciate you. Peace.
Peace out.